Okay, I don't think everyone's going to be able to see what happens at our meeting, so I thought I'd try to record how to do this napkin thing on a video. Wish me well. I hope this is helpful. There are as many different ways to do this as there is everything else, so I'm going to share what I like the best. We can spread gesso with a sponge brush after you're done with it, unless you rinse it out completely. Done deal. You have a spatula at your table. Yours is plastic, but if you like it, you might like this, my favorite tool. And a card. And God gave us all fingers. If you're just doing the single one, my preferred method is to use my fingers. So you put just a little bit of gesso on your page. You spread it out. You don't want it real thick, but you do want it thicker than what we're doing when we're just prepping a Bible page. You can put your napkin on. As smoothly as you can. Don't rub hard. You'll tear your napkin. I smooth the edges. I'm not going to take time to stop the video, but at this point, we would stop it, go to the dryer, and dry it. Okay. The next thing we're going to look at is if you're using something a little bit bigger, you might want to use something like a credit card. You should have one at your table. Once again, you're not going to make it as thin as when we prepped a Bible page. You want enough that your napkin is going to feel wet. Put your napkin on top of it. The edges are kind of very, very important, so we want to be sure we have gesso over on those edges. I still, as you can tell, will use my hands. Gesso isn't going to hurt your hands at all. Most of you know that, but if anybody's wondering, it isn't going to hurt anything. Be sure we get those edges down good. Once again, we would take it over and dry it. We always do 2 layers when we're doing a napkin, especially on the edges. Get them on there as smoothly as you can. Okay, and the last one I'm going to do, I still have a little gesso left on here. It's a fairly large, we'll pretend it's the corner of the page. And I'm going to use my spatula. And every table has a spatula. I hope you will experiment with the feel of it just to see if you like it, to be honest with you. I gesso my pages to prep them with the spatula too. I love it. It's a great tool. To me. But then again, I do this a lot. Trying not to get the back of this board wet. I used it to just make it high enough so y'all could see what I was doing. All right, so that's pretty good. It's going to run into the other one. We'll do it like this. Okay. And once again, you know, like this napkin's hanging off a little bit. When it's all on and dry, I can trim it with my scissors, even if it were against a Bible page. And trim it right up to the edge of the page. Get it as flat as you can. It's best to practice with small napkins first. And then as you get a little more brave, if you're one who loves this, which I do, learn to do the big ones. You can get some absolutely gorgeous pages with the bigger ones. So then you're all just going to have to pretend that I've gone to the dryer and dried them, because I don't want to set this video all up again. We're going to pretend the first one I did is totally dry, at which point I'm going to put my second layer of gesso on it, using my finger again. Actually, at this point, I would only use my finger. For all 3 sizes, I would put this top layer on. Once it's dried, nothing's going to move. You're just securing your napkin in place. It's totally sealed. Nothing's going to happen to it. Okay, well, I hope that you all find that helpful, and no matter where you're sitting in the room, you have some idea of how to do what it is we're doing. I hope it turns out to be fun for you and that you enjoy it. Good luck with your Bible pages.